Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wiz 101 video. Today, I am beyond tired. Like, I've reached a point where I'm no longer tired. I am exhausted. Hello, we're here. I look disheveled, it's okay. I won't be as disheveled tomorrow. But I have school in about an hour. You know what? It's time to record a video. So, today I'm going to be talking about something everyone knows and loves, and that's packs. Everyone loves them, right? I have some problems with packs, and I'm sure everyone does. And today I'm going to talk about that to elaborate my thoughts. And then in the comments we can be like a steaming pile of anger and hate towards Kingsisle, just roasting the hell out of the awful company that they are. So let's get into it. So first off, my biggest problem with packs, by the way, that was a joke. If a Kingsisle dev's watching this, that was a joke for cease and desist reasons. You're not an awful company. You just have some flaws, like everyone does. Like, I'm flawed. Like, look at me. I'm a very flawed human. Haha. Anyways, let's go into the biggest problem with them. The biggest problem with them for me isn't even the fact that they're taking our money. It's not even the fact that they are packing these things with decent gear and making it so that they're better and making this game more pay to win. I know that a lot of people, that's their biggest issue with it. For me, that's not even the biggest problem. My problem is that they're releasing right now like 6 to 8 packs a year, right? Well, in that time it took them to make 6 to 8 packs, right? They probably could have had enough time with those devs to make a new side world or to make a new piece of content, to make something to add to the game. And that bothers me. When you could have spent like a significant portion of time, instead of, you know, making it so that there's like a new mountain here, making it so that there's... That was a very violent sneeze, so violent that my hair shook. I am shooketh. Alright, we're back. Instead of wasting this time into making like spell packs like this, right? You could, I don't know, make another side world like Wisteria, right? I remember back in the old days, I looked at this in my last video. There were 2 instances, and these were both prior to 2012, where they released multiple worlds a year. There was Avalon and Azteca, was released in May and November of 2012, I believe. And then the year before that, I believe, no, it was Wintertusk, Wisteria, and Zafaria were all released in the same year. I need to like put that into perspective. We're getting 1 world a year, and I know that I said I like this policy, and I do like this policy. I personally think it's really good and really good for the game. I just wish that they would do things like maybe add a side world every once in a while, like at the half-year point, like stuff like that. Add a new side dungeon, right? Make the game more varied, more worth playing. And they're wasting their time and resources, limited as they are, on making these packs. Now let's get further into this, right? Is that the actual dev team itself has been cut drastically. I don't know if you guys remember, but like in 2016, 2017 or something, it came out that there was a massive cut of Kingsisle devs. Like, they cut them in half, like the dev team. And everyone was like, oh god, this is the end of the game. And obviously it wasn't the end of the game, but in my opinion, it was the end of that era as we know it. That was, like, right up until, like, post-Polaris, that was at peak Kingsisle. That was, you know, Kingsisle who made, like, 5 banger worlds all within the short span of a year and a half. Which is crazy nowadays, where they're making 1 world a year. So I would say ultimately that's definitely a big problem. But before we go into the next part of this video, let me talk about whose fault this is, because I want to point this out. This isn't Gamigo's fault. I know that a lot of people in the comments seem to think it's Gamigo. Well, guess what? Kingsisle started this policy of packs and making a ton of them before Gamigo bought them. Like, I think that's important to note. Like, I'm pretty sure Pandemonium through Road Warriors pack, like these ones, those all came out before Gamigo bought Kingsisle. Like, they started ramping up packs prior to that, and they're only continuing their policy. Now, do I think Gamigo is going to be a good company? Whatever. No. But I'd like to say, do blame Kingsisle, don't blame Gamigo yet. Blame Gamigo if something really bad happens in the future that we know probably isn't in line with Kingsisle's ideas. This is in line with Kingsisle's ideas, and it always has been. Or not it always has been, but it has been for the last few years. So, we can't blame Gamigo yet. Let's move on to my other problem with packs, and that's the fact that they're scamming children, which is just disgusting. It upsets my stomach, because, you know what, wait, let me pause and blow my nose real quick so that I'm less congested. Alright, that's much better. So let's go over my biggest problem with packs. Not my biggest. My other problem with packs is it just makes me sick to my stomach that they are making it... They're making it basically so that kids will buy crowns to buy these packs. Now, personally, I don't think that this is the biggest issue. This literally is the same thing as, like, you know, like, when... You remember as a kid when there was, like, those gumball machines with a quarter, and then you'd run up as a kid, put your quarter in, and then you'd turn it, and then, like, sometimes it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't give you anything, and then you gave them a quarter, and you're like, what the hell? Like, that's what these are, I think. Like, kids get scammed by everyone. I think that that's important to note. I just think it's kind of gross the rate that they're doing it. Like, back in the day, back when I was a kid, do you know how many packs there were? There was, like, the Dragon's Horde pack, the Knight's Lore pack, was the Druid Horde pack even a thing? Keeper's Lore pack was a thing. And it was like 5-6 packs. Like, I remember the Horde and Lore pack section was like 6 packs long, 7 packs long. Nowadays, you can see it's a lot more. And they're definitely pushing it a lot more. Like, it's on the launcher in big capital letters. Horde pack. New Horde pack released. Get this cool mount. Haha. Buy crowns. Buy crowns. Eat it up, right? Like, that kind of stuff. In my eyes, they're being a bit more cutthroat with their policy, especially towards children. And I mean... Even me, like, I can use myself, for example. When I was 15 through 18, do you know how many crowns I spent on this game? Like, way too many. Like, I think I bought Ship of Fools prior to being, after being 18. But when I was younger than 18, let me tell you, I did spend quite a few crowns, like, well over $100 of crowns on packs, which is crazy to me, because I know that kids have spent more than I have, like... It's just frankly ridiculous, and I really wish Kingsisle would be... I wish that they'd be more upfront about it. I think one thing that they could do to fix packs would be, like, you can right-click on it, and then you can see the percentages to get each item and what item is inside of it. I think that that would be much more blatant and much more obvious about it, and much more fair. Because if you look at it, then you could be like, okay, so I have a 1% chance to get them out. Well, I'm not going to do this then. Or, like... You know, I have a 15% chance per pack to get, like, this useless treasure card, so maybe I won't get this pack. Stuff like that. It would even help adult players who would be like, okay, so this pack really isn't worth it, right? And I think that that would be really, really good. Really, really useful. And generally would make the system a little bit less gross, in my opinion. A little bit better. Because then it's less gambling. It's more like... It's more upfront about the gambling, I guess, is what I mean. But ultimately, what I'd like to see is them to cut down on packs and start, like, investing time and resources back into the game. Because let's be honest, they haven't invested time and resources into the game beyond the team that is consistently making the new world, which they're definitely putting effort into their worlds, and I do appreciate that. I just wish we could go back to a different time. You know, a time where, in my eyes, the game was not maybe better, but it was definitely more consistent, right? So that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know if you agree. I'm sure that a lot of you do. Let's start a fight in the comments, but don't fight each other. Fight Kingsisle, because that'll be funny. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button. I'm gonna go eat some food and then go to school and then suffer for a full day and then have a nice long weekend. So, I'll see you then. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.